Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff is up for re-election. And if you know anything about the way Republicans campaign and what they want every election to be about, you perhaps will not be surprised that they're attacking him on the topic of, once again, trans athletes. Here's the ad they're running.
Protecting girls should be a layup for any politician, but Senator Ossoff voted to block the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, running point for the radical left, a full-court press against Georgia girls. Man-to-man defense isn't woke enough for Ossoff. He's playing for they-them. Call and tell Senator Ossoff, stop dunking on defenseless girls. They deserve fairness, not his bracket-busting liberal game plan.
Okay, so they're running that over the place, and so it's bracket busting because in Georgia there is so much trans participation in sports that's it. All the brackets are done; they've been ruined. All the tournaments are done. It's ended. That's what's actually going on in Georgia. The people running this ad, could you name one athlete who's trans in Georgia? Just like one high school athlete who's trans. One. Could you name one? I don't think they could. Are there 5 in Georgia, the entire state? I don't know. In the NCAA, there's apparently less than 10 in the entire country. So probably if we're breaking it down, Georgia's not the biggest state. There are 50 states. I'm gonna say there's 0 or 1, maybe. Flip a coin, maybe there's 1. And that's what they're gonna run on, as always. Identity politics, the culture war, because they've got nothing on substance. They don't want you to think about the fact that the economy is cratering. They don't want you to think about the fact that Donald Trump has destroyed our international alliances and that America is now a laughing stock and we're being boycotted by the world. No, only think about the fact that Jon Ossoff dunked on a cis woman in an ad. And by the way, if you can have an actor elbowing a woman so she collapses to the ground, can I just make an ad of his opponent punching her in the face, body slamming her, throwing off a building? I mean, if you could just depict your opponent committing acts of physical assault and violence that they never committed, where exactly do we end with that? How is that legal to portray that in that case? Anyway, they are running this. This is how every campaign from now on is going to look because it's all they think they have. Yaz, what do you make of it?
It is. It does feel like it is all that they have because a lot of the things that would actually impact a lot of Americans. Just look at Bernie and AOC and their tour that they're on across the country right now. They're attracting record numbers of people, Republicans and Democrats alike, oftentimes in very, very red states and red districts. The things that are actually affecting the American people have a lot of bipartisan support because whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you're still worried about your bank account. You're still worried about the price of eggs. You're still worried about the price of gas. You're still worried about Social Security. All of these things are universally felt regardless of party. So they have to find this one thing that speaks to the value system of the different people. And trans people just existing really seems to upset Republican voters to the point that they vote based on these people. And I always want to ask Republicans, like, if they're tired of being scared of trans people, because it sounds exhausting. Because I know that I'm tired of just talking about this issue. And I didn't realize this as much, but in my mind, most people who claim to be victimized by these so-called, the so-called trans agenda, they haven't really met a trans person, let alone have they ever been victimized by a trans person, but they're so scared of these trans people that are just out there somewhere ready to do, I don't know what to them, right? But what I didn't realize is that their idea of being victimized is, like seeing a mixed gender bathroom in a restaurant. They say, oh, look, there it is. There's the trans agenda. It's infiltrating my reality. It's impacting my world. They're afraid of the existence of certain people because they're afraid that other people just living their lives how they choose to live their lives will puncture their very small, very fragile bubble of what the world actually is. They would have to reimagine their reality and how they understand the world. And that's really just too much work for them to do. It's too uncomfortable. And it doesn't change the fact, though, that these people are out there and they are going to be living in your space and in your community and in your world, because this is the world and we all have to share it. That's it. Just get over it.
It's pathetic, but it's happening. So we all need to be ready for it. Democrats need to, figure out how to run in this ridiculous, nonstop identity politics environment.